Hello, we are Lantern Valley Studios, and it is April
April 1st.
April Fools. This is a fake update video. So, things that happened this month. Well,
We've been working on World 26, doing an outline, basically just going through, right now we're going through the whole plot or structure that we have from beginning to...
like plot point by plot point.
Yeah,
kind of.
essentially like, she runs into this person, okay, who's that person, and what, this and that.
We kind of started doing that with World 23 as well, which is the newest one that we randomized just this month. It's only been in a month, but it feels like there's so much for that world already. It's kind of bonkers. And we're trying to line that stuff up, but it's chaos. And
Yeah, that one's not working as well for doing like just chronological order. But we have been doing it, I guess.
We did it chronologically order, and we at least cleaned up the beginning so it's understandable. And then now it's time to jump around some more and figure out what the rest of it is. Those are those two main things. We also planned that next month we'll be re-tackling World 5, and which is one that we randomized in January. We worked on it January, February. This month, we decided not to. And next month, it's going to be our last month with it as like one of the two that we cycle through as a team. And we're going to try co-writing it, kind of. Basically just have me sit there writing it. And because this is the first world that Andy was involved with from the beginning in terms of structuring it and like coming up with the stuff, being familiar with it, when I'm writing it is when he'll pick up on things like, oh, where are they, or they didn't describe that, or like this would be good here, and stuff like that, which isn't something that could be done with the other worlds because he wasn't there from the beginning. This is the first one that from the beginning he was involved in the process. So
which if you watch the behind the scenes, which the packages are released today, you'll see that kind of in our process, like we'll be say editing the outline or whatever, and then I'll just kind of chime in where I notice things, or we'll get into deeper conversations. But sometimes it's just like reorganizing things, and then be like, well, what's that? And what's that? And
like for all of World 23, what we based like that whole cleaning up the beginning, and then to jumping to later, that whole cleaning up the beginning is just a lot of copy pasting and shuffling things around, figuring out where to go. Every once in a while, you'd be like, oh, that could go here, or oh, this could happen here, and things like that. But otherwise, it's just somebody's just got to do a lot of clicking and brainstorming. So I just sit there, do all the brainstorming and clicking, and then he joins in when there's something that comes up that I like skip over or whatever. So we're going to do that with the writing process, the actual prose and words on the page, instead of just the outlines and the storyboarding and all that.
One example of that process that was captured in our behind the scenes at some point is we're just quiet and we're just moving stuff around, and then I'm like, that's confusing, and you're like, I'm trying to make it less confusing,
and then we just laugh.
that's the process, just like silent, observing things and moving things around, and then some comment, and then maybe some more discussion. But so we're going to do that with World 5 actual story.
So that'll be fun. That'll be the first time doing that. And then World 23, we're going to continue with that. So we're basically... this is going to be the last month where we work on the traveling castle circus show-ups thing, that world, for a while probably. And then this is the second month which might be the last month for a bit, where we work on the magical girl story in space.
Which is World 23.
Yeah, so World 23, and then we'll take a month break so I can organize things. The same thing that we did with World 5, so that in the last month, the fourth month, we can try the writing process thing again, because World 23 will be the second world where Andrew was involved from the beginning. So we're trying to just make things go faster and cut time, because right now, with the other things that I've done where he wasn't involved from the beginning, now he reads them, points things out, and then I have to go back and change things that I've already refined a bit and stuff. It's just, there's so much extra wasted time and work involved there. And also just really confusing, because who knows what he doesn't know.
I wouldn't be able to just jump in now with World 9, because
you have to read the whole book to know.
And that's kind of
which is
what I'm gonna do pretty soon.
Which is another thing. World 9 is almost done first draft. It could be done first draft could have been by today, but I decided to add in 2 kind of significant revision chunks into it. So it's going to postpone it again another like half a month or something. But yeah, learning that was funny. It's like that first story was not laid out in a way that I could be efficient when writing it. So I'm just like learning all the lessons with using it as the test subject, sending it ahead of everything else until as we like figure out how to do it properly with everything else. So it's working. It's just World 9 it took a while.
Yeah. Yeah, what else?
We finished the taglines.
We finished the taglines.
To every single one of the 30 worlds.
Yeah.
We got a title for the books and a tagline for the books and a general pretty good idea of what they're all going to be about. Like just the premise.
Yeah. Thing. Basically, a tagline is an elevator pitch. So if we ran into you in an elevator, we only have 1 floor to go.
Be careful. We have 30 taglines to give you. We better have 30 floors.
We at least have a sentence per each. So if you only wanted to hear about one story, we'd be able to say that one, in the 1 floor.
Yeah, we'd have to ask. Pick a number, 1 to 30.
Yeah, go.
And go.
So
that's cool.
Yeah, and we're going to put those all on the website eventually. And
once they're refined a bit more, because we just finished them. So.
Yeah, but that definitely took a while. We were, revisiting a bunch of times. So,
yeah. Now we know the 30 novels that we will eventually write. Yeah. And a loose structure to how these things might be, they call it like published in a way or something, in just terms of like, the order and process of how things will be done long term. Yeah. Though that's been kind of steady forever. It's slowly getting refined the more we do. But,
and at World 26, we're going to do a little bit this week, but I think we're going to drop that, right?
Yeah, we're dropping it for next month.
Yeah. And then we'll revisit that.
And I'm going to force myself to not work on any other stories except World 5 and World 23, which are the ones we rolled.
28 or 27.
17, 26, 6, 24. There's so many on the go. And I constantly do a bit in all of them.
Yeah.
And like even the papers today, like I was just writing World 9 today. I have an entire sheet of the 4 or 5 sheets of paper that's notes for other worlds. I just can't do one novel. But yeah, I'm going to try and not do anything for any of the stories except World 9 until it's done. That's only the teen ones that we have rolled this year. They're fresh this year. And World 9. And then first draft complete, and then I can treat myself by moving on to all other 7 or whatever it is. So yeah. Anyways.
Yeah. Check out the behind the scenes packages, and see you next month.